Today we're out here to answer one question, and that is the Varga Titanium Multi-Fuel stove the GOAT of all alcohol stoves? I am in absolute paradise. I'm at the base of this beautiful little waterfall along a calm little creek that I followed up in the middle of nowhere. Absolutely gorgeous. It's been well over a year since I was out here, and man, has it changed. It's amazing how quickly the path of the creek can completely change the surrounding landscape. But our goal is to get up to the top of that waterfall where we're going to cook lunch. Wish me luck. Right off the bat, it's very simple to say that it's a lightweight stove, but how lightweight is it? Well, in the ultralight category, as far as I'm concerned, it gets an A+. This is a whopping 34 grams, and when you pack it down, it fits right into a nesting cup or into your toiletry bag or just about anywhere you want to stuff it in your pack. You'll never even know it's there. From a fuel capacity standpoint, it has the ability to hold a liquid quantity of 1.5 ounces of fuel. That's a lot of fuel. It's enough to burn for about 15 minutes. More than enough to boil water or cook up some noodles. Another fantastic multi-function feature is the back panel here. All you have to do is flip the stove upside down, and it has a tray that you can use for burning solid fuel tabs. So for multi-function, another A+. But for a real test, let's see just how functional it actually is. Okay, so just a quick shameless plug. If you're new to the channel, thanks for checking me out. I try and put up new content every week. Sometimes it's a hit and miss, but typically there's some form of cooking or an outdoor adventure, and a whole lot of blunders along the way. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week. You should know me well enough by now to know that I'm not going to pass up an opportunity for lunch. So I thought testing out this new Varga stove would be a great opportunity to try a new recipe I've been working on too. Got our boil bag ready to go, and we're basically going to cook up some pasta shells. Then we're going to zest it up with some dehydrated mango, some sun-dried tomatoes, a little bit of Parmesan cheese, and then some secret ingredient just to top it all off when we're done. If you're new to alcohol-based stoves, it does take a little bit of time to get the stove itself hot and to get the fuel fully primed before you get an optimum flame. General recommendation is it takes between 30 seconds to 2 minutes, depending on your conditions. So, a little bit of a luxury item. I'm going to be using my Snapfold bowl by Fozzles again. You certainly could eat this meal out of the cup, but I want to feel a little bit more civilized. So I'm going to toss it into my bowl. Tell you, this thing has served me well. I was getting a little concerned because the snaps are starting to get a little loose, but I haven't had it come apart during a meal yet. And for the price, and I've used it well over a dozen times, I think it's still well worth its investment. It's a great little toy. So the noodles are almost soft enough. So I'm going to toss in the sun-dried tomatoes and the mangoes. We're going to let them rehydrate while the noodles finish up. So I stepped away from the creek bed and I drained out all the excess water. We're going to transfer everything into our bowl, and we're going to add the rest of the ingredients. So this can either be served hot or cold. I actually would prefer it as a cold dish, but because of the time, I'm going to go ahead and eat it up right now. We're going to add in far more Parmesan cheese than anyone has a right to do. And then for our secret ingredient, we're going to put in some Newman's Own Italian dressing. This adds just a nice fresh zest to the pasta. Ordinarily, I like a nice hearty meal, but on a day like today, freshening it up and lightening the palate is a great way of solving that problem. So remember, we started this conversation with, is the Varga the GOAT of all alcohol stoves? I'm not 100% sold on it so far, but I'm definitely intrigued. What I did find is ease of use, absolutely hands down. It's very simple. I'd give that also an A+. There are a couple of things that I might want to improve upon, and that would mean bringing a windscreen to help with a little bit more of the speed of boil. I did have to refill the stove one time before I finished the meal off. But again, that just might be a conditional basis. I don't know that it has anything to do with the operation or functionality of the stove. It could also be operator error. As far as the meal is concerned, this is also an A+. So until next time, folks, I hope to see you out on the trail. Let's go have an adventure.